So hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading with me, Angela. I'm carrying on a series of shorter messages which are timeless from Spirit, and I'm going to be using my Black Moon Astrology cards by Susan Sheppard, Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor, and also the Baroque Tarot by Muci Design. Hope I pronounced that right. Right. So this is a timeless message from Spirit, whether you've got a sun, a moon, a rising, or a Venus or North Node in Scorpio. So what are the messages, please, Spirit? We ask that only the most purest, clearest, divine guidance comes through, and the vibration of white light. Thank you. So this is for Scorpio, please. Okay. Pop that back in because I'm not sure about that last card. If it wants to come out, it will. Okay. And then feeling there's one more. Okay. So what area is this for Scorpio, please? Scorpio contingent of life who are listening. And if you feel guided to watch for Scorpio, you're very welcome as well. Okay. Right. Something to do with you, Scorpio, and resources coming through, whether it's your money, your finances, how you earn, what you do. I get the feeling, you know, whenever you listen to this is whenever you listen to this. So some things will be relevant, some things won't be relevant. Oh, actually, it's really interesting because for you, I've done it in a completely different way, but Spirit have obviously got something specific to say to you. And I feel what they're saying is it's something to do with clearing up parts of your past that are going to be, it's automatically going to be done because the nodes are going, so the collective nodes, so the main nodes, Moon's nodes, are in Taurus North Node and Scorpio South Node. So this is why collectively we're clearing a lot of these energies that are in Scorpio that need to be cleared from our world. So if you look at the 8th house, it's you know, issues to do with sex, abuse, it can be other people's resources. So it's like where money, resources isn't distributed appropriately, because the 8th house as well is also to do with not necessarily legal matters, but it can be when it comes to things like land and inheritance. So the 8th house would be where we've been left things. It could be in the family, where things have been hidden or they're being hidden from view, because Scorpio is very much like, it's elusive when it needs to be. But also what you need to remember about Scorpio is nothing really stays hidden for long with the Scorpio. So Scorpio energy, you can't hide the truth. The Scorpio will just see right through it. And I feel like Scorpios, especially Scorpio suns, if you're listening, you get a really bad rap for this because it's like you turn up. And actually Scorpio risings as well, because that's the path you walk down. I mean, you might even relate to this, guys, as the moon. You know, I don't know loads of people with the Scorpio moon. Spirit saying yes, the Scorpio moon is all, it's just Scorpio across the board. Is that people tend to, actually they're telling me to word this correctly, they don't tend to, people project their issues onto you. So Scorpio is like this big mirror ball, and what Scorpios have to learn in this lifetime is to stop absorbing people's rubbish, because what they're saying is you often think, oh, what's the common denominator? What am I doing wrong? When you're younger, you want people to like you, or you tend to isolate because you think, I don't know where I fit in here, because you can't really stay in a situation for very long when everybody in the room is projecting all their issues onto you. And actually what it is Scorpio has this big gift, wherever it is, to almost unveil what's unseen. And what happens is when you're in the room, not a lot of people want to deal with stuff, so that they either can't be honest with themselves anyway, so that means they can't be honest with other people. So what that does is, your energy is a bit like a generator. It creates this atmosphere in the room. It's very strong. It's like a big transmutator generator. So then when you're around people like this that don't want to deal with stuff, they'll kind of project it and load it onto you. Ooh, that's a bit of a thing for Scorpio energy there. So what's this about, please? You know, you're moving away from that type of energy now, because the Page of Cups is new emotional offers, and the Six of Wands is always where we're victorious in life. It's where we're heading towards our action orientation, which is moving away from those energies. And actually for you, it's more unionized energy. So the Two of Cups is there, which could be also love as well. So for an offer, there will be an offer of love coming for some Scorpios here, and the King of Swords energy is around this. So this is somebody, what I'm hearing with this is this offer, which is the Knight of Cups, is coming from somebody who's very precision-like, quite calculated, but they're very definitive. So what that means is that they're very clear that you are what they want. And it's so funny because I see like a Scorpio fluttering their eyes and going, well, I'll think about it. It just makes me laugh. You're the Two of Swords. So there's something here with you around. I mean, of course, if you're in a relationship, this doesn't apply to you. But like, you're going to think about it. Yeah, but there is a new beginning coming for those of you in love. Any more about this King of Swords that we can tell Scorpio about, please? I just feel like this is somebody who's going to be very direct with you, and I think it's going to be like, whoa, I've been waiting, I've just carried on with my life. Sorry, that card's just fallen on the ground. Hopefully won't fall off the seat getting that. The King of Wands, wow. So this is a power. This is a power couple. So this is a divine masculine if you're the divine feminine, or it's somebody who is very much like they've achieved a level of success in their life. I feel like this person when they were younger was more like the King of Swords, and it's how they kind of are going to approach you. It's almost like they see you. And this is, again, I want to say to you, Scorpio, about your energy. This is the bonus part of your energy, because I think Scorpio is very misinterpreted. It's very misunderstood, like Virgo. A lot of the signs are. And I think what you need to understand is you need to learn how to work with your energy, not against it. Because look, people are going to go and do that. They're going to come in and they're going to project stuff. But what you can do is you can work that for you, so you can become a great psychologist, or even like you would, you know, if you've got a lot of Scorpio placements, you would make an amazing healer. So like where it comes to the mind, so where somebody needs to unpack their thoughts, you just make an amazing natural psychologist, a detective, a researcher, a ghost hunter. I mean, that's not going to be for everybody, but you know, there's a lot of benefits. Like, so instead of allowing everybody in your personal life to project stuff on you, you limit your time. You tell people what you will and you won't. But the thing is, the people around you that have stayed with you will know this, that they can come to you and talk to you, and it's mutual. But that, I feel with Scorpios, their best relationships are built over time. So this will be Venus in Scorpio as well. But there's a King of Wands coming. Right, I've done your reading back to front, but you know what? There's something about this because of the South Node is the past, and it's in Scorpio at the moment. And it's this area where we're being asked in the world collectively to work on the scorpionic aspects of death, transformation and rebirth. And we're seeing that, aren't we? We're seeing that play out on the collective. Right, okay, this is so interesting actually, because what this is telling me here, I feel like this is going to be a little bit longer for Scorpio, but let's just go with it, because I don't time the readings. I'm just going to give the messages as they come. So you've got the Mercury Retrograde. So this is the reinvention card. And then the 10th house can be career and honours, but it can also be the ending of a cycle of time, because it's Saturn, it's Capricorn. But there's something about in this north and south node positions at the moment where it's affecting you, Scorpio, is you're doing like a review mentally of what you own, what you have. So like if you just read the cards as they are, so Taurus is what we have, what we own. It can be even our finances, and Virgo is like it's like organising everything. So it could be that if you're older, you might be organising a will, and you're saying, you know, not that you're, I'm not predicting anything for anyone here, because no one that works in this world does that kind of stuff unless they're really, really not working of the light. But what I will say to you is it's getting your paperwork in order, and it's getting everything organised in your life from the past. So you're chucking out stuff, you're reviewing things, you're looking at everything, and you're just saying, look, now is the time to do it. Like making a will is not a negative thing to do. It's actually organising stuff, because, and this will be for somebody specific, because when a parent has died suddenly, and I went through this, and then you've got to sort out their stuff, it was an absolute nightmare, because trying to even get access, you're like, you know, companies have got better about dealing with death. But when I dealt with it, like years and years, it was decades ago when I did, and it was like, where do I even start? So you're actually helping your loved ones, and you're just, what it does is it gets you to review things, and it gets you to look at what have you got and what do you not need. And I feel like there's a big clearing out been going on for Scorpio here, because you've got the Strength card here and you've got the 7th card, so it's divinely guided. And Archangel Uriel for me is like the angel that really works with areas pertaining with legal and justice as well, and organisation. So it's time to do it. It's time to get your ducks in order. It's also time to organise your thoughts. Maybe there are some things around first house chakra, which is, you know, finances, areas pertaining to do with, you know, our basic needs, and you're just getting organised, and you so that you can free yourself up to do what you love, because the man holding a heart's here, but it's almost like love's not waiting for anybody. You've just got to almost like grab life by your hands here. Is that even though that's not been said to me in the cards, I just get this message from Spirit as I'm looking at them. They just get sorted, get organised. Most of the Scorpio suns I know are very, very organised, but you could be somebody like an Aquarius sun with a Scorpio moon listening to this, or a Libra sun with a Scorpio moon, and you're going through this almost like this upgrade around the mind. So there's something to do with, you're either getting downloads, or you're releasing things from the past to do with the mental sphere, because you've got the thinking man here, and you've also got the mind card, and it's time to do it. This is to do with the past. It's closing off a cycle. But what I can say to you is, there's an offer going to be made to you, and it can be not necessarily always in love as well for Scorpio. So if you are happily in a relationship, it could be the opening up of friendships, because the 2 of Cups is, you know, it's meeting your other half, like a best friend, a pet. You know, as somebody was saying the other day, I was watching a video and the lady said, you know, when somebody's met their pet and they meet them and they just know straight away. And also, for some people, again, you've got this King of Swords, and the swords in the tarot is all to do with the mental faculties. So it could be that you might decide you want to go into some form of therapy to help you, and it's facilitated a new beginning. So you've done something like EMDR, or you've done you know, some kind of trauma release approach, and that's brought in this almost like the union of your divine feminine, divine masculine. You've made peace with things in your life, and whatever you've done here, you've just made real progress, I'm hearing. And it's almost like the slate's clean, and there's like offers, and I'm just thinking about them now, like, what do I want to do next? And actually, I want to say to you, if you can't see anything at the moment, don't worry too much. It is coming in, because you've got the victory card and the offers before the end of your reading. It might be that you're not seeing them at the moment because you're not quite there with everything energetically being cleared in your life. But I mean, again, if this is career for you, you've got the Knight of Wands, which is, apart from the Ace of Wands, is one of the best cards in the pack around your career choices. It could even be some form of self-employment and you're wondering which way to do it. But it's like there's an offer coming from the universe and you will know which way to turn. I think what you've got to do is you've just got to use this decisive energy that you've been able to harness, Scorpio, through what you've released. Because the thing is, when Scorpio needs to detox, they need to listen, because it has a massive effect not only on their mind but emotionally. So it's like when their waters get muddied, Scorpio can get really out of shape. And I don't mean that like physically, I mean like just mentally and emotionally. So it's like whatever you're doing, and I feel it's very it's spiritually based. So it's either some form of a spiritual practice. It could be that you are drawing and you're painting, or you're writing. For some people, you're using your mind in a really healthy way to help you process things that have gone on. Or maybe it's the things in the world that you've been processing that have happened, that you have really learned how much we can allow that to impact us if we're listening to the same tape being played, like, you know, the mass psychosis and all of that nonsense that we're seeing. And you just decided that, you know, this is not where I belong. It's just not good for me. And this is where I belong. You know, first chakra is like, it's that base chakra. It's feeling centered, it's feeling grounded, and you don't have the action card here, but you have got action cards here. So you've got 2 wands cards. So what I feel is that, you know, just if you're finding that you're feeling a little bit stagnated, Scorpio, that's always your sign that there's something you can do to shift that. You don't have to wait for it to be shifted for you. You actually have to do the movement. You have to make the choice. You have to say to yourself in your mind, this isn't working. I need to trust my own real massive connection with the divine, because Scorpios are literally born. They come in with it. That's like, you know, they come in with it to use it. It's very, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to go off the energy and what I know. You know, with spiritual awakening, spiritual openings for Scorpio, they tend to happen quite young, because it's like they've got a lot of them have a very hard childhood, or they have a bit of a challenging life, because it's almost like they're really able to go down into the depths of that 8th house energy, which is the death, rebirth and transformation. So if you do relate to the Scorpio energy, what I will say to you is that, you know, there's a lot more of a refreshing energy coming in for you here. But this has been through you harnessing your energy and learning how to work with it. But also, you know, we know that we get what we're able to handle. That's how it tends to work. Right, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sending you all my love, and just thank you for a very interesting reading, because you just shifted the whole dynamics here of how I did the cards, which is very demonstrative for me of how the Scorpio energy works. It just has to really carve out its own path, and you have to really allow your water, emotional, psychic energy to really burrow in and create like a new line for you, because it's so strong, and it's very powerful. And I think you need to remember that, how powerful you are. Right, Scorpio, you've had the longest reading of everybody. Why am I not surprised? River runs deep. And also, you don't do things by halves either. So there you go. I'll speak to you soon. Lots and lots of love.